Hi, it's Miss Ellis. Today we're going to be reading about Humpty Dumpty. Now I'm sure you know the story about Humpty Dumpty. It happened, you probably learned it when you were in pre-K. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Well, today we're going to read After the Fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. And this is a story by Santat. And he is a very famous author, illustrator. In fact, we've got several of his books in the library that you may be interested in. Let's see what happens to Humpty. And on the back it says, life begins when you get back up. After the fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Kings County Hospital. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents could happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches. But day after day, I kept on trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. Can you see what happened? Where's the bird going? Over the wall. I almost walked away again. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things that I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. And I didn't want to admit it, but I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing one step at a time until I was no longer afraid. Now, maybe you won't think of me as the egg who is famous for falling. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learned how to fly. And there he is. The egg actually turned into a bird. He hatched and learned to fly. And life begins when you get back up. So if you've tried something and it didn't go exactly the way you planned and you got hurt, sometimes it's just best to get back up and try again when you're ready, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. I'll see you next time.